Okay, this is the video that goes along with the first homework assignment. This is actually a handout that I sent you. You have access to this, but I'm going to have it up here so you can kind of see it. This activity is designed to help us explore our biases. And this is an activity that I did in graduate school when I was taking psychology and sociology classes. And I want you guys to try this as well. At this point, you need to go on to your site and print off or have access to the page that looks like this. It's titled Whom to Leave Behind, so it's super easy to find. You can print it off if you want, or you can scratch some things down on a piece of paper with it, but just have this in front of you. Here's the idea. 13 people that are listed below. We're going to see them in a minute, and they're on your sheet if you have that in front of you. 13 people have been selected as passengers for a spaceship. Hypothetically, of course, planet Earth is being destroyed. Your job, because there are space limitations, is to select who's going to go with you to a new planet to start, a different culture, to sustain life. So basically, you're going to pick people you're going to save, and you're going to have to also choose people to leave behind to perish. Some tough decisions you're going to have to make. Your job is to select 7 passengers who will not go. So essentially, you're selecting the 7 people that you want to remain behind to perish, because you can't take everybody. Not only that, you have to rank the people you're leaving behind. So from the list that you're going to see, you're going to put a number 1 by the person that you want to most leave behind. You're going to put a number 2 by the person that you second most want to leave behind, so forth, until you get to number 7. And that would be the person that you're probably on the fence about, but it's the one that you still are going to leave behind. So you're ranking 1 through 7. This activity is not homework in and of itself, but you'll need this activity and knowledge of it to do the first homework assignment. So let me scroll down here. Oops. Maybe. Now you have the list of people here. I'm just going to kind of scroll down here. You have an accountant, and for purposes of the exercise, I cannot give you any more information about these people. Okay, and you have this form in front of you. So even if you can't see it on the video, you've got it in front of you. The accountant, you have an accountant's wife, you got a farmer, you got a boy, you got a police officer, a movie star, a clergyman. Clergy means church, by the way. It's a church official. A professional basketball player, a university administrator, a liberal arts student, a famous novelist, a teacher, and a medical student. So you might pause the video at this point and go ahead and rank these people. The instructions are on your sheet as well. I just went over them with you. So rank 1 through 7 the people that you are going to leave behind. So take a few minutes and do that. Pause the video while you do it. And as soon as you're done, go ahead and hit play again, and I'll resume. Okay, I'm assuming you have had time to do this. Now, I want you to keep that in front of you. And if we were in class, I would ask you to explain why you left behind, let's say, the university administrator. A lot of people leave an administrator behind because they feel this person would not be very useful on a new planet. A lot of people take the medical student because if there's a disease or some kind of an outbreak, well, at least the medical student would have a shot at understanding and maybe treating the problem, right? So I want you to think about, take some notes just to the side for yourself on why it is you selected the people that you selected. And we're going to start thinking about possible biases here. Now I'm going to build on this assignment, okay? I'm going to present the same list of people, but I'm going to give you some more information about them. And my guess is that you're probably going to change your mind. And I want you to rank these people again. The same instructions, 1 through 7. Number 1 by the person you most want to leave behind. Number 2, the second person you most want to leave behind, etc. And I'll bet you'll change your mind when you get some different information. I hope this comes into focus. It may not. At any rate, we'll see. I may just have to read these off to you. Yeah, it's not going to focus. Now, this time, the Russian accountant, and you may want to make notes on your form that you just ranked 1 through 7. Now the Russian accountant has AIDS. Write that down. Okay. Second, the accountant's wife is pregnant. So now we have the accountant's pregnant American wife. Third is an ex-convict farmer who has committed murder. Number 4 is a 12-year-old orphaned Afghanistan boy. The next person is an armed Muslim police officer. The next person is an 18-year-old porn star. The next person is an African-American television evangelist who is female. Next, you have a female professional basketball player. Next, you have a 67-year-old university administrator with Alzheimer's. Next, you have a physically impaired liberal arts student. Next, you have a famous communist novelist. Next, you have a preschool teacher. And last, you have a gay medical student who just so happens to be attracted to you. So, make some notes. I've given you additional information for each of these people. Now, rank them again, 1 through 7. And again, I'm guessing that you're going to change your mind on some of this. In class, I would ask why you made those changes. Your biases are probably going to come to light here. And we're going to start to understand, hopefully, why it is you made these decisions. So hit pause while you're ranking these, and I'll say some brief things, and we'll be done with this video part. Okay, I'm assuming you've had time to go through and to process. So which ones did you change? A lot of people decide to leave the accountant and his wife home because the Russian accountant now has AIDS, so they're afraid of the spread of the disease. So that might shed some light on some bias that you may have there. An ex-convict who has committed murder is now the farmer. A lot of people who took the farmer before, and maybe you're one of these people, decide to leave him behind this time. Now, if I explain to you that the ex-convict farmer who committed murder murdered someone because he actually witnessed someone sexually assaulting his daughter, which is a true story, by the way. This was a guy who was a farmer, and he came home from work and he caught in the act a perpetrator, sexually assaulting, raping his 13-year-old daughter. So he went to the closet, pulled out a shotgun, and blew the man's brains out. True story. If I told you that, would you be sympathetic? Would you be like, oh, okay, maybe we'll take the farmer with us? Now that you have more information. See, I could keep adding information, and it would probably keep changing your mind. So your biases are coming to light. Probably. A lot of people decided not to take the Muslim police officer because the police officer is Muslim. So is that a bias? A lot of my males decide they're going to take the porn star now that they know the movie star is a porn star. Go figure, right? But if we did this a third time and I told you that the porn star was a man, how many of you guys would take him with you? You might change your mind again. The gay medical student who is attracted to you. There are always some students who would take the medical student the first time, but now they're not going to take him or her because he or she is attracted to you. You need to conceptualize the gay medical student as your own sex. Okay, so if you're a female, think of this medical student as a female. If you're a male watching this video, think of this student as a male. A lot of people would still take the medical student because still you need medical expertise. But if you're biased against people who are gay or homosexual or bisexual, you may not take him this time, or you may not take her this time. So make some notes to yourself. This activity works better in a group setting, but I think it'll work well here too. And just think about where your biases may be. And when you do the homework assignment, it's going to ask you to kind of deal with this assignment. So anyway, that's it for this activity. Keep those notes kind of with you, and this form with you as you're completing the first homework assignment. Thank you.